Hello everybody, welcome back to Minus World. Today we are doing, wow, I started that off like a Minus World video. Welcome back to Minus Cast, first of all. This is episode 32, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite video game OSTs. For those of you not in the know, that's original soundtracks. What music do you guys like, fellas?
I don't like music.
What's
System
music?
of a
You don't like
Down.
music?
Yes,
System
of a
of-
Down. I've heard that in Zelda, my favorite.
That's my favorite Zelda song.
Partial to Insane Clown Posse, you know?
That's right.
I made
that's
the
actually
mistake
how
of
I-
listening to that dumb Chug Jug song again today because I was
What do you mean
I
dumb?
was scrolling
good.
through the Discord and I was like,
Okay.
oh yeah, and I clicked on one of the tabs. I was like, wait, and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh no,
Wait,
mistake.
it's still not right.
I don't think this video will have come out by the time this cast goes out, but I was editing the GoldenEye video, and none of us noticed it, but Nico played Chug Jug on his phone.
Oh my god.
Really? I did that? Okay.
I was like, wait a second, I know that song.
Yeah, you guys were talking about it a lot when we recorded that.
Yeah.
It's such a good song, though.
It is a good song. But I was gonna say on the topic of System of a Down before I move on. That's actually how I got into System of a Down because back in like 2006
Fortnite?
or 7,
Talking
there was
about
like
the
a
Rabbit Foot
song that was
song?
misattributed. Yeah, the Link song
Yeah.
was misattributed to System of a Down. I don't know.
Hell
I think
yeah.
it's about like Chicken Foot or something.
It
I
was
can't remember the
used
actual artist is.
constantly in YouTube poop.
Link, here come to town, come to save the Princess Zelda.
Yeah,
That
it
was one
like
of those like Link.
That was one of my first YouTube videos that I ever watched, and I thought it was my
Oh.
System of a Down. I didn't know any better, and I was like, "Oh, this is such a good song." And like got into like actual System of a Down. I'm like, "Oh, this sounds a bit different. It's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit heavier."
Did you know that
but yeah.
System of a Down released a new song like a few months ago?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to it. It's pretty good.
Actually, I was after 15 years, I had no idea what to expect. It was actually pretty good.
I love that we're talking about our favorite Guitar Hero songs instead of like
Video games.
It's a Guitar Hero
Original
song.
soundtrack. I think it's in Rock Band 2. I think Chop Suey's in Rock Band 2. That counts.
It is. Yep. BYOB.
Okay,
It's on Rock
here's
Band
what we
3.
should do. Does everybody have, like, do you think we can go around in a circle, in a virtual circle, and figure out what everybody's, like, tip-top number one, like, if you think of, like, what is the best video game soundtrack, like, what your answer would be?
I like the idea, but the problem, Drew, is that you're in the middle of the circle, so I don't
So
know.
we would never get to you.
You would
Mine
never
would
get
trap
to say.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
down for that.
we can do that.
I mean, for those listening and not watching on YouTube, for those of you on Spotify, shout out to you guys. We're just gonna go in a circle. Just imagine a circle, but
Yeah.
you just don't
Visualize a
Draw a
circle.
circle.
Imagine.
Just draw one.
Draw a circle and,
And guess
you
who's
know,
gonna go first and who's gonna
put
go
7 seats around the circle and then put a label on each of the seats, and then you'll have a pretty good approximation of what we're trying to do in a virtual space.
Yep.
Exactly.
Charles,
Who wants me? What's up?
yeah, what's your
yes.
favorite OST?
Oh, that's tough. It's
Yeah.
really, really tough. Smash Brothers Ultimate. It has every song. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
It's not
such
a
a
bad
cop
pick.
out.
It's not a bad pick though.
I mean, yes,
I don't. It's tough to say what my favorite is because I feel like it's always dependent on like what my mood is. But I'd argue that one that I don't really see people talk about ever. And I was so on the topic of Smash Brothers. I was super excited when Terry got in because they added this song. They added a bunch of like Neo Geo SNK songs. And one of them was from the Metal Slug series. The Neo Geo sound chip was just so good. When they added those songs, it was like I can't even describe what they are, but like there's like a certain twanginess to each song, and it's just so good. I wish I could like recreate it with like my mouth, but it's hard. It's just like a lot of like, you know, a lot of like actual sounding guitar, like electric guitar, but like, oh, it's tough. I like stuff like that. Obviously, like the Sonic stuff is some of my favorite too. Like Adventure 2 a lot, but I don't know what I'd say my favorite is. That's tough.
Picking only one favorite sounds really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
yeah.
like everyone's answer is going to start exactly the same because it is a very, very hard question.
That's also why I think going with favorites is really. I think it actually limits the conversation, if anything. Because like,
Oh well, sorry.
Come on, Drew. What were you thinking, bro?
voted out of the circle.
no, I don't. No, Drew, I love being in your house. Please,
And Drew left.
come back.
Sorry, just kidding.
No, so I was gonna say is because like, for example, while I'm over here doing whatever, I actually threw up a list of like I actually really enjoy all these series' music. Like I really like Undertale's music. I can't call it my favorite, but in terms of hours, I've put so many goddamn hours into listening to the various Undertale tracks, as well as like fan stuff, but like stuff that tends to stay really close to the original. Like Toby Fox did an incredible job. But then again, Zelda is so nostalgic for me. And I love Banjo-Kazooie too, like, so I can't even pick a favorite.
Yeah, how do you pick? Yeah.
Maybe like top 3. Should we just do like 3 favorite, not necessarily like.
Sure.
That's fair.
Like top 3, yeah.
In no particular order.
Is it my turn?
Top 3.
Sure.
Or is it still your turn,
now.
D-pad? Okay.
Oh, was that my turn?
Now. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to like steal the turn or anything.
No.
Like,
I didn't know if you were done or not.
Oh, so basically, if I had to pick a few, I would say Banjo-Kazooie, Undertale, and probably like Majora's Mask, because it's so nostalgic for me. But like, God, all the Zeldas are good.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
We should, after we talk about ours, we should like talk about like Breath of the Wild soundtrack. That's a pretty divisive.
Oh yeah. There are some.
What
some
soundtrack?
out there like that.
There is no soundtrack in that game.
The piano.
You guys see that meme where it's like a cat
Song
like
number
pressing
1.
random notes on a keyboard? Which means like Breath of the Wild soundtrack be like just a cat pressing random.
So I've actually got like 130 soundtracks saved to my computer. And I'm like looking through them.
Legally.
Legally ripped from soundtrack CDs.
I thought you were going to say that like
From
130 of them were your favorite.
They're all my favorite songs. Yes, these are all the greatest. If I had to pick, so there's like 2 I have in mind. First one, it's kind of like, okay, it's 2 games, but they're so similar. Monkey Ball 1 and 2 soundtracks, goddamn bops. Freaking love those soundtracks. Like they're just like, I don't even know how to put it, because like they're just made to like make the marble rolling more interesting, but like the way that it's done, like all the songs like have like this really distinct like flavor to them that you don't really hear in video game music. So I really love those 2. Also love the Sonic Mania soundtrack. I know it's a lot of like repeated stuff, but like it was all really like remixed, like well done and remixed. That's definitely a highlight. Honestly, Sonic R, like it's super cheesy, but I freaking love Sonic R. I can listen to that literally any day. It doesn't get old. So I guess those are my favorites.
And it's like half an hour long. Like that.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. I know it's like a really weird choice, but the Mario World soundtrack to me, it's all leitmotifs and it's like half an hour long. But I can't get sick of it. Me personally.
Like Super Nintendo Mario World?
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's my choices.
Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball and Hedgehog.
I see Nico next on my circle. I don't know about you
I
guys.
got Nico also.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I'm next. Well, I would be the most unoriginal person and say Mario Galaxy, but I really like the soundtrack.
Dude, it's amazing. Yeah.
I usually listen to video game soundtracks when I want to relax or when I'm working. So I always Google, I search on YouTube, relaxing Nintendo music. And that's basically what I'm listening to. And I see that Mario Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, the AD one. The sound just does, woo, goes around your head.
Oh, yeah, I got this one on my playlist,
It's so sick. I love that.
There's a lot of good songs in the Tales of series. I don't know if you guys played Tales of Symphonia, Vesperia. So
I've tried to.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've very briefly played Tales of Vesperia, I think. All those names like blend together, unfortunately.
Yeah. I really want to play them at some point because they look like really cool games.
yeah, it's super cliche. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna have some baller battle music and boss music.
Exactly. In the dungeons, like the caves, especially the ice cave theme, I think from Vesperia, it's so soothing. But kind of agree with D-Pad's take with Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask has a great OST, makes us cry every time.
Yeah, it is definitely more emotional than a lot of some of the Zeldas, but
Oh, I actually
so depressive.
I just played it, and like when like the moon is about to crash, like I don't know what the song is called, but it's like, oh my god, this is it.
Moon is about to crash.
Yeah, spoilers.
MP3.
Wait, the moon crashes in Majora's Mask?
Yeah,
You died in this game?
Spoilers.
there's a game.
Is it possible to beat
You
Majora's
ruined the
Mask
game
without
for
the
me.
arena?
There's a mask, dude.
yeah.
Nico, we should play Tales games together.
I
There's
think
two
we
players.
can buy them on Steam
Really?
and probably
Yeah.
play via Parsec. Sponsor us, by the way, Parsec.
Yeah.
Hello.
10 day 1000 of trying to get sponsored.
Parsec,
Sorry, what was
please.
that, Swanky?
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of. I remember playing 2-player. I could be remembering this wrong. My brother was really into the Tales series. We had like a divide in the household. There was the people who were really into the Tales series versus the people who were really into the Star Ocean series because they're both basically
yeah.
had the same.
Why
seed,
not
you
both,
know?
though?
Yeah.
why not?
What's the dude? There's like the swordsman. He's it's not Lloyd. That's the main character, but he's like deeper voice, like nonchalant. I always whatever that character is. I don't remember because I actually didn't play the whole game. But I always played as that's what it was.
Okay.
Always played as him in terms of controlling him in battles.
He's the best. But I'm not gonna say what happens. Spoilers.
He's just
Spoilers.
The moon
Diaz
crashes.
Flack from Star Ocean: The Second Story, but with a different hair color.
Pretty much.
Nico, you gotta make a sequel to your Zelda rap. We need it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I never made any Zelda rap. What are you
Oh,
talking
yes, you did. It was magnificent.
We've seen another Nico song in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
could you do like a Lon milk chug song?
Lon bagged milk.
Number one victory, right? Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, long, we about to get.
This is the guy, right, Swanky? Right here?
The anime swordsman.
Yeah, anime swordsman JPEG.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
PNG.
yeah.
I just
Sorry.
looked up Tales of
Common
Symphonia
misconception.
character, and I picked the one that looked like Sasuke. But with
Yeah,
like
they all look
different
the
haircut.
same.
you go.
It's super cliche, but such a good game nonetheless.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mario, Zelda, Tales,
Good
and
stuff.
NHL '98. It's got the best
Yes.
soundtrack. I don't even know.
NHL does have good soundtracks in general. I mean, they're all copyrighted songs, but
Sure.
they have some bangers. They do have some bangers.
The WWE games have some pretty banging songs for like their menu music too. It's kind of weird.
Speaking of banging songs, can we talk about Home Depot's commercial theme? God damn.
So good.
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh my god.
Oh my
it's
God,
so
dude.
Or is
good.
this like
Dude.
Grant,
confused.
play it. Play like 10 seconds ago. It's so good. Oh,
Play one note of it, Grant.
well, that sounds really good, Grant.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
amazing.
wow, that was awesome. That was great.
song, dude.
Wow,
Perfect. That's my favorite video game song, actually.
No
is Home
point
Depot.
in continuing the cast at this point.
Yeah.
We,
Is there a Home Depot
we got the
licensed
best
game
song.
yet? Has there been a Home Depot licensed game?
Yeah, Minecraft. I tried to say it with a straight face, but I couldn't.
What about Scrap Mechanic? I mean, that's pretty Home Depot.
Yeah.
Just the speed with which you said it was like perfect timing.
Home Improvement for the SNES. There you go.
Yeah, that's the closest thing we've got.
Am I next?
Mr. Drew.
It's this.
Yeah, what?
This
Where
guy's
does the
turn.
circle
I
go?
see
Because I'm
Drew.
confused. Because Nico's pointing to the
Well,
great beyond.
what everyone can see
Yeah.
is the circle goes Charles, Sam, myself, Nico, and then Drew is next.
Oh.
Then Swanky,
Alright.
then Tetra's on the
I'm
bottom.
gonna go out on a limb and say Cave Story for one of them. I'm not
Ooh,
sure.
that's a good one. That is good.
You know, I was gonna say, so two of the ones that I was thinking of have already been mentioned, which were Undertale and Super Mario Galaxy. I feel like those are obvious picks. And I had two more in mind, but I had forgotten about Cave Story. Cave Story should be in my top three. That's an excellent pick. Cave Story has a lot of bops that are just unforgettable. Like early on too, like Grasstown and the Mimiga Village theme.
I think I had Grasstown as my outro theme for a bit.
Yeah,
It's really,
that's
it's
awesome.
really good. I've never actually played all the way through Cave Story, as in I've played maybe 5 minutes of it, but like I do appreciate the music. It's pretty
You
cool.
should play it, man. It's dope.
I really
but,
should.
My other two that I had in mind were I wanted to make sure that we didn't leave out Super Mario 3D World, which recently had that Switch
Yes.
port release. But I loved when that game first came out. I think. Well, so I had thought at the time that nothing could top the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack for me, but I do think I like the 3D World soundtrack better, just with their jazz motif through everything, and especially the World 8 or World 7, the Bowser's Kingdom. Yeah, it's like a casino type theme. It's great.
Oh, dude, that is.
It also leverages Galaxy soundtrack too, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
They utilize a lot of the same songs later on in the game,
Oh, nice.
so in the secret levels and things like that.
But my other pick is going to be maybe a little less conventional, which is Hotline Miami. I feel like Hotline
yes.
Miami in particular, like half of the fun of that game to me was the soundtrack. Like that's like really what drives the motion and movement and repetitive play style of Hotline Miami, I guess. If you haven't played it, it's addictive. In the same sort of way that like it came out around the same time, I think, as like mobile games like Flappy Bird were popping off, where it was like just kind of this like one more level mentality where you're playing for like 5 seconds and die and keep doing that over and over. And so if you like that sort of thing, Hotline Miami has that with a bumping soundtrack.
I feel like I just keep throwing in random comments every time someone says something, but I want to say I downloaded Hotline Miami through Xbox Game Pass, and that stuff kept crashing on me and almost crashed my computer.
Oh no!
So like
that's too bad.
I really want to play it. What do I do?
Get it on Switch. Get it on a better platform.
Oh, is it on Switch?
Ooh. Yeah, that's
dang.
so I had never heard of it until like I visited a friend sometime last year, and yeah, he had Hotline Miami. I'm like, wow, this is actually a pretty sick game. Really good soundtrack too.
No, Mr. Swankybox.
Oh, yeah.
Swankle,
am I next in the circle, or is it Tetra?
That's what I see.
This is like this is just like lines. It's not a circle.
Yeah, it's not really a circle, but oh well.
I kind of mirror Nico's thoughts and also Drew's thoughts. Obviously, I think Galaxy is really, really good. I think just like because like it's not just a soundtrack, because like it's so atmospheric and it works so well with the levels. Like you can go to a level like you can go to like Space Junk Galaxy and Galaxy 1 and just feel depressed because of like how vast everything is, how empty everything feels, and yet the music is like that extra layer on top of that. And like being able to do that with music is incredible. And then you add in the 8D version and now you have directional music, and that takes it to another level. But outside of Nintendo, I'm actually gonna roll back to the PlayStation days, because even though I love Nintendo, probably all my favorite soundtracks stem from the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 era. Couple of good ones. Saga Frontier 2 is literally like a 5-hour soundtrack. Absolutely amazing. Legend of Mana, which just came out for Switch. Yeah. Highly recommend
So did Saga Frontier.
playing that. What's up?
So did Saga Frontier. Well, I don't know if it's out yet, but it's coming to Switch.
Right. Saga Frontier 1 is coming out to Switch.
Oh, okay, just one.
The second one is the one I had preferred. Let's see. Oh, geez. Star Ocean, Second Story. Amazing soundtrack. They mentioned Tales series earlier. That was kind of my experience growing up, was with the Star Oceans. Dark Cloud 2 for PlayStation 2. It is such a treasure of a game that like not many people played, unfortunately. I'm still waiting on Dark Cloud 3. Really, really good music. Same thing. They just had overall, just every song in there is like one of the things you click the soundtrack on and it goes by so fast. And the last one I'll throw in is another very unconventional title. There is a game, a spin-off game for the Dynasty Warriors series by Koei called Mystic Heroes that like no one played, right? So it was on GameCube. They only had like a limited release on GameCube where they had like 4 characters, and like in the PlayStation 2 version, you had lots of characters. That soundtrack is so good, and the funny thing about that was the one gaming soundtrack that was missing from YouTube for almost, a decade.
Really?
No one had any songs uploaded until someone. Wow. I actually started the process of ripping it, and then someone started uploading it. I was like, "This is awesome! I don't have to do it now." Not only is that game
halfway through it,
not only is that game, the soundtrack is just I don't know, it's just amazing to me. I really enjoy it. I'm also, for some reason, really, really good at that game. We'll have to play it on Mice World sometimes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Tetris, what about you?
All right. Well, I'm last, so a lot of my picks have already been spoken for. But I'm going to pick something different that hasn't been spoken for. So
do it.
I do like Sonic Adventure 2. For Sonic things, I think it's probably my favorite soundtrack.
Rolling around at the speed of
sound. Yeah. Banjo was brought up.
Hell yeah.
That's one I wouldn't disagree. I think both games are fantastic, but I do think that DK64 soundtrack by also Grant Kirkhope, I think it's a little bit better. I do like the song selection there quite a bit. I just think every level kind of has like a distinct. I mean, so does Banjo. Every level is pretty distinct, but just DK, just every song. Like I don't think there's one miss in that entire soundtrack. It's just like, it's just so good overall. We brought up Mario Galaxy, which I think is like I think it's unfair how good that soundtrack is.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But
It's illegal.
Yeah, it should be illegal to have a soundtrack that good. But I think Odyssey's is pretty good too overall. I think some of them are okay at best or not. Like I don't remember what like Mount Valbono's soundtrack is like, but like a lot of the other sounds.
Sorry, I know it.
Yeah, that's the one. A lot of the other songs in that game are super good. Like Wooded Kingdom's super good. Obviously New Donk City's super good. Fossil Falls is fantastic. Like such a good song.
So that's a question. Hold on, I gotta interrupt. Fossil Falls or Gusty Garden Galaxy?
Gusty
Garden
Garden Galaxy.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean,
I ran a poll on that. Like my very first community polls was that. I was very surprised. A lot of people, obviously, I like Gusty Garden as well. It's just I thought Fossil Falls was also really good.
Well, I will say,
it is.
I still remember playing Mario Odyssey for the first time, and like as soon as you get into Fossil Falls and that music picks up, and it's like, oh my god, open world Mario's actually back. Like it's like the greatest feeling ever. I will say it's a perfect song for like really getting you into the game, but I don't know, like Gusty Garden's melody is just so catchy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's hard to say which is better.
It's tough too, because like, oh, go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think personally for me, False Falls is more preferred. Not necessarily better, but I think I'd like listening to Fossil Falls more. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Chari.
No, you're fine. It's interesting, like, to try to think of entire soundtracks, because like, while you guys were talking, like, Tetra said Donkey Kong 64, and the only thing that could pop in my head was Sticker Brush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country, and I love that song. I love that song so much.
Is
so
that
good.
Is that like the one that I've seen be memed as it being like really emotional, vibing?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's for all the bramble levels where it's like all thorns.
Why is it sometimes called Bramble Blast? Sometimes it's called Sticker Brush Symphony. Is there a
One's a
difference?
level name,
English,
isn't it?
Japanese.
Is it?
Oh,
Okay.
Because I used to know it by Bramble Blast, because I think that's what it was listed as in Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
which would make
That's what I
sense.
remembered.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense though, because like that's what it was called in Japan. So I actually didn't know that. It's interesting.
Looking back, I feel like more think about it. Like, while I haven't played all the Donkey Kong games, like I've played a number of them, and I can remember a decent amount of the music. I feel like they have a surprising amount of like almost like atmospheric, like deep thought, like vibe music. Like all the underwater music, the Bramble.
Yeah.
I'm thinking with Donkey Kong 64, like I think one of the later ones is like Fungus Forest or
Fungi Forest.
Yeah.
yeah. There's some songs in there that are just like, oh my god, this is like. I don't want to reuse the same like, oh, it's illegal, but like I can't believe that they managed to make this, but with N64. And it's so.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity because we're talking about Fungi Forest. One of the biggest pain points of my childhood is that Fungi Forest sounds exactly like a certain Kirby song from one of the games, and I cannot remember what it is. And I have not been able to find it to this day. If anyone's listening, let me know.
Yeah.
You know what
Those
it
of
is.
you in the community, come help Swanky out over here.
There's a lot of things where you have this is kind of interesting. So like that's one I haven't figured out. One I have figured out is what is it? Xenoblade. One of the town songs in that is exactly the same town song that's in Legend of Mana.
Really?
Legend of Mana. Yeah, they use the same. It's the same composer.
Okay, Yoko Shimomura.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like.
Favorite
I know it wasn't going
composer of all
crazy,
fucking time.
but like stuff like that, like I love when I can, you connect the dots. Like, oh my gosh, that's the same thing from like two decades ago.
And the thing is, I feel like she has like such a distinct style, because like I'm playing through the Mario and Luigi games right now, and she's been composing for the Mario RPGs since, well, not Paper Mario, but like since the Super Nintendo one. So it's just like, okay, I hear that. I hear Kingdom Hearts, I hear Final Fantasy, I hear Xenoblade. It's like I hear all these things because she was the composer on it. So it's like the style is very similar. First game she ever worked on, I believe, and this could be wrong, but is Street Fighter 2, which is like so weird. Yeah, because like that's so different from everything else she's worked on. But it's like, I think she did Guile's theme.
That's wild.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Guile's theme and everything.
I love Guile's theme.
Such a good song.
All right, this is a bit of a side tangent. I did want to go back to Donkey Kong just to bring up that Diddy Kong Racing's OST is like probably my favorite Donkey Kong OST. Happy
Are you alright?
Yeah, sorry. You're right. I totally forgot about Diddy Kong Racing.
No, Tropical
want a
Freeze,
remake.
close second, but Diddy Kong Racing, number one for me, probably. Tropical Freeze is good
was
too.
it Greenfield Village? Is that what that place is called in Diddy Kong Racing?
There's Greenwood Village.
Maybe it's Greenwood.
That's one of the later
Amazing,
levels.
amazing soundtrack to the level. Horrible, awful silver coin challenge.
Oh my god, that's evil. Is evil. Let's put this silver coin like almost out of bounds. Oh, by the way, get first place. Yeah.
I think I kind of just threw out some OSTs I like, but I think
Yeah.
another one that probably my top 3. So I'm not counting any of the ones we've already talked about, like Sonic Adventure 2. But so I guess to round it out for my third, I think probably as a group, like the soundtracks for like Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. I think just like those, any one of those, I'd say they're like pretty much equal, but they're just such good songs for like a party game. It has most of the songs are pretty like party game sounding, but it has a few other songs like for certain mini games that are a little bit more thematic, I guess, that aren't just like a bop. Just overall, though, it's just like good feel good music. A lot of like the actual board music is really good because it kind of has to be, because it's like it's usually like a 2 to 3 minute song that loops pretty much the entire.
Yeah.
If you're playing for an hour, the composers knew they had to make a song that people wouldn't get tired of listening to like 30 times in a row. So yeah, just overall, those 3 games have such a good soundtrack, I think.
Especially like the mini games, like the platform peril, the dun 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 dun. Like that one is really really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Halo 2.
yeah.
Halo, dude, like, that, the Walk in the Woods, all those songs are like, just like, they had such energy to them, and they just made you want to keep pushing forward in the campaign.
Next time we get together, we should sing the Halo theme.
In a bathroom.
In a bathroom with a lot of reverb.
We have to do this.
Make it a
so
YouTube
sick.
short. Oh, that'd be so funny.
In the next Suck House.
Yeah. What's other like like individual songs that like you think are just really really good, even if like the soundtrack's not something that stands out to you, but like just a song that you're like, man, this song.
Oh, I know.
I know one.
Go for it.
Okay.
Master
Unbreakable. No. This is from the VVVVV game. It is. What
It's
is
got a
it?
fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah, I almost put. I think Pushing Onwards. The dun 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 dun. It's that one. That one is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Such a good game too.
Yeah.
O-Cage, the Shadow King, Town of Madrill, is so good. Highly recommend.
I don't know any of those words.
We should do this.
I don't know.
We should do this. Why don't we post these in the chat so we can all listen to it later? Because I'm curious
Yeah,
what you guys
yeah,
are sharing
yeah.
too.
I was also going to bring up Twilight Princess's soundtrack, which I think is really, really good as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
out of all of them, I think Midna's Lament is like really, really good.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
It's like one of the most iconic like Zelda songs.
yeah.
You say that, but now I can't think of it in my mind. How does it go?
I can't think of any of them.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh my god. Wait, doesn't that has a couple variations in that one, doesn't
The
it?
whole soundtrack's pretty much variation of the Hyrule theme,
Yeah.
just like in different ways. There's like a lot of like different arrangements of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Zelda and Mario both do that sometimes, where it's like a lot of building upon it, which I think is actually a really cool thing when
Yeah.
there's like a good like central core to the songs.
Oh, Prince Rallis is saved from Twilight Princess as well. Is really good.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Hidden Village is good. I like Hidden Village in that game as well. That's when you it's like that desert town you go into. It's just like a western sounding.
It's like the random cowboy song.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
It has like a banjo and like a bunch of
Oh yeah.
sounds good.
I was just thinking. So a number of songs from Earthbound are incredible.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I
Pollyanna,
know
my dude.
what?
Pollyanna.
I don't know.
I think that's the ending theme. I think. It's
Oh,
called.
I'm sorry. I should clarify. I've never actually played Earthbound, even though I keep meaning
no,
to.
me neither.
Yeah. So, but like, I'm pretty sure it's God, it's the theme. You've seen those like memes where it's like a big black square. And, you know, I could just show you. But yeah, there's a number of songs that have come from Earthbound that be turned into memes. It also, speaking of DuckTales theme, the Moon theme.
Moon theme, yeah.
It's so good. and it gets copyright claimed when you use the orchestral version from the remaster, and I get so
that's
angry
dumb.
because I want to use it. It's so good. But yeah.
Make an acapella version.
Yeah. Let's make it your own.
Still, no one's brought up Pokemon yet.
Pokemon has a really good soundtrack. I think that especially like
Oh, there we go.
the Gen 1, but Gen 2's remakes, or not Gen 2's remakes, but like the Gen 2 remakes of the Gen 1 songs are also really, really good.
Yeah. I personally like Gen 3 OST the most, but like,
it's so good.
yeah, there's a lot of really good ones in Ruby and Sapphire.
People always complain, it's like, oh, too much horn. It's like, screw you, dude. Too much horn.
Fuck,
Not enough.
I'll take more horn, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
give me more horn.
More horn for 500?
Like,
I think, well, yeah, I can understand why some might not like it, but like for Gen 3, and I'm just so my brain isn't stopped working.
yeah.
Gen 3 games are my brain
Ruby,
stopped
Sapphire.
working. Yeah, yes, okay, yeah. I loved Emerald, and I still wait.
Yes.
Is that Gen
You
3?
loved Emerald.
It is.
Wait, what is Gen 4 then?
Diamond and Pearl?
Oh my god, it's like my brain is actual liquid. Sorry. I think I love the horns because it speaks to the game's like adventurousness. Because did the previous two have that much traveling out into the ocean and because not the
Not
meme
really.
of like 0 to 10 too much water, but like I think it did a good job of like conveying these sort of like adventurousness that I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Pokemon is so good with. You know.
I love the, I mean, I feel like the Genesis sound chip was like really hit or miss with people, but like I really love like the twanginess it had for a lot of games. Like those classic Sonic games. There's if I recall correctly, the game called Comic Zone had really, really good music too.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I've
a
heard
lot of
that.
it was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw one more out there. Shovel Knight's Strike the Earth, the first song that you hear.
Yeah.
That one's awesome.
You had me at shovel.
Yeah.
Well, I would.
Shovel is my favorite.
Go ahead, Drew.
I was just because I would be remiss if I did not mention before this cast is over the Solstice main theme on NES. You guys are aware of this. This is
Oh yes.
a ridiculous
Okay.
composition by programmer Tim Follin.
Tim Follin is insane.
Yeah, he's known for putting way too much effort into NES soundtracks. So
It was just Pictionary, Tim.
yes, Pictionary on NES is another fantastic bop.
No, I have
if
to
you
hear
ever heard
that.
that theme.
I'm going to look it up afterwards.
Here.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love that soundtrack.
Curious. Pictionary, of all things.
Yeah, of all things, it's like it sounds like a joke, but
700,000 views on this video. Wow, it must be really good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
RuneScape login music.
I think there is a lot to be said about MMO music because RuneScape is an MMO, even though
yeah,
I feel like some people are like, it's still a kids game, but like, have you seen?
So what? It's an MMO.
Yeah. But yeah, RuneScape and WoW for me are the MMOs I played. But I know like the other big one,
Oh wow, nostalgia.
EverQuest. Yeah, like it's nostalgia and like it's much like with Mario Party. Like I think it was Tetris, like how it has to be listened to on repeat. Like those songs are so good at just being like looped. Like Sea Shanty, dear God.
Yes.
Like the amount of like, yeah. It's like such a striking.
the weathermen come.
It's such a striking like I think melody. But the thing is, normally I'd feel like a striking melody could grow old really fast because like, oh,
Yeah.
I hear it every time. I can hear every note. But like it just works so well because like it flows.
Are you talking about Sea Shanty RuneScape?
Yeah, Sea Shanty
Yeah,
2
yeah.
specifically in RuneScape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that, anything that's within the free zone of RuneScape is like the most iconic music because every
Yeah.
kid was able to access it.
Yeah.
Like Dream, which is the song that plays in Lumber Swamp when you first step out of the castle, like
hell yeah.
that's a banger. Like there's so
Yeah.
many
Bum 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 bum.
the mind
bum,
yeah.
bum, bum.
They also like the Mind Rune, whatever the altar is. That was pretty good.
The
should
Rune
do a
Essence
Magic
Cave.
Dancing or Magic something it was called.
You do a classic RuneScape video. It's just like,
Dude,
Oh my
Dragon
God,
Beach
actually-
Island was super cool. Those members.
I will do that right now. Like,
I kept joking with some people being like, hey, so is this when I make a RuneScape video? And like, oh, it's such a bad idea. It would not go well. but like I want to do it. And it wouldn't go well because I don't think my audience would be too interested, and then it'd be a lot of wasted effort. But oh my god, the RuneScape is really cool. I thought, and it's really directly to OSU. So when I make my videos, I always try to add backing music that is as one, not going to get copyrighted as possible, but two, like as like fitting to the sort of the theme and like what's going on, because I feel like it helps lend a lot to the video, even if it's just like a stupid meme moment. So like I go through the Mario soundtracks often, and I've come to realize like the various like sub-series have a lot of different sort of feels. Like the Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi games are like one sort of like category, and then we have Mario Kart, which are more actiony and a little more upbeat, or not upbeat, but like like faster tempo.
Hectic, yeah. Yeah,
hectic. And then like, you know, the base Mario games have like a good range of stuff, but I feel like they're more sort of adventurous. And then you have like some of the more obscure Marios, like
Mario's Missing.
Yeah, Mario's Missing, like Mario Paint, like stuff like that. Like they're really good songs, but they don't fit in some situations. Like if you try to think of like a whole game series, like which ones do you think you would like the best in terms of like the ranges they can cover? Like I feel like Sonic covers a good amount of ranges, but I feel like Mario covers more, while Zelda probably covers less because
it's more
we don't have Zelda card.
More that fantasy boss.
Like Galaxy and 3D World you can use for anything.
Yeah.
I feel like.
You know, it's actually interesting you bring that up because, like, you know, last 2 years ago, I was playing New Super Mario Bros. Like every 3 weeks, and I got so tired of that music. So I'm like, I have to stop using it. And that's when I really started to explore, and I found Kirby music is really great background music in general, and same with Sonic, like you mentioned. Those are like the two that I would usually go to, and I would occasionally go to like Zelda, even like a couple of Yoshi soundtracks as well.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, as much as we love like Adventure 2, I think Adventure 1 has the more varied soundtrack because like it has definitely a wider array of like, because like Adventure 2 is a lot of rock and it's like a lot of techno, but like Adventure 1 definitely has more instrumentation. I don't like it more personally, but like I definitely feel like it has more of that like wide range that Deephead was talking about in terms of like
Larry was still alive in Adventure 1.
I don't know if having range is necessarily the best thing, because I feel like there has to be games you can think of that are like they had a lot of range, but that wasn't good. Like
Bomberman 64 had a really good soundtrack.
Yes, I've used that one a couple times as well. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, Swinky.
Oh, I was saying Bomberman 64's credits theme is on another level. For your guys' listening pleasure, I will post it in the chat.
Hell yeah.
Yes, thank you. Gonna have a listening session.
Listening party.
Listening party.
One more thought for me is Mario. Because I've been thinking about a lot of Mario stuff recently. Just but videos. And I realized like Super Mario Bros. 2 in the West is, you know, based on or adapted from Doki Doki Literature Panic. You know.
Yeah, literature.
No way. Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
Did you know?
No. Sorry, I wasn't listening as a fact. I know.
We're just memeing.
Okay. I mean, obviously, you guys know.
Offer in your inbox.
But I mentioned that because it was very weird for Mario at the time. It did create a lot of, you know, characters that ended up being like mainstays, like Shy Guys, other things I can't remember. Sniffits, Birdo. But the thing is, like, its music, it was so good, but so... I felt like it was so different. Like it was almost like not jazz or like swing, but like it had a whole different feel than the previous two. And I feel like I can't attribute it to that, but like that definitely helped push Mario's music forward to some extent. I feel like.
Side note: there's a really cool documentary on YouTube by a guy named Gaijin.
Gaijin Goomba?
Gaijin Goomba.
No, it's not Gaijin Goomba. Hold on, I need to get his name because it's important. He did a series on Doki Doki, and the event that transpired it. I will find it in a second.
Wait,
like why it was made?
Wait, specifically Doki Doki Panic?
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. God. I've never been
my favorite game song.
I've never recovered from I play Pokemon Go every day.
Just look at this.
Oh hell yeah!
I play Pokemon Go
I like
on the weekends.
very ironically love that song.
God damn it! You're part of the problem.
That hits hard. That hits different.
That's like classic Chug Jug, basically.
5 years ago. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's old school Chug Jug.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? He's like, I actually don't think he's an adult yet, but
He's probably like 16 or 17.
He's older now.
Yeah, he has aged. Can you believe that? It's crazy.
Yeah, age happens.
That was like almost 5 years ago, which is nuts. It blows my mind.
Yeah. So he probably
How
is.
has
He
he
might
aged?
actually be 18. I don't know.
Yeah.
How old? I don't even know what his name was.
It's like Misha something.
Misha
Yeah.
Col-
It was
Wait, is it
Pokemon
Misha
Go
Collins?
Kid. That's his
Yeah,
name.
Pokemon Go Kid. He was born in 2002. Oh my god, he looks old.
I play Pokemon Go
Every day.
Ever read it. Oh, he was born 2007. I'm an idiot. Okay. It's
So he's-
2017. He's like 15, 14. He's not old yet. He's still a kid.
No, he's not old yet.
Okay, sorry, I'm just now found it. Going back, Guyillionaire, which now his YouTube channel called GT
Oh, yeah.
Japan.
wait, say that again so we can make it out. GT what?
Guyillionaire, which now the YouTube channel is called GT TV Japan, and he has a documentary on there about Super Mario Bros. 2 and how the game was like. I mean, it goes into the actual event that transpired to make that game even happen. Because for a while, apparently, this celebration, so to speak, you couldn't find it online. So it was just kind of cool going back and seeing how all that unfolded, and yet how that framework is kind of what also breathed a lot of life into Mario years later.
I was gonna ask Mega Man Battle Network. Battle Network is so goddamn good.
It is right.
Yeah, like they have never made wandering around a very confusing maze of neon platforms more enjoyable.
You know, as they do.
Side
yeah,
tangent. I was gonna say we haven't. I mean, like you guys touched on Undertale.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club, amazing soundtrack. Night in the
Yes.
Woods.
It's very limited. but
highly
Yeah, I like
recommended. I highly recommend listening to Night in the Woods. That soundtrack is so good. Well, there's a lot of
Zardy's
indie
Maze.
games.
Zardy's Maze.
Yeah,
Zardy's
it's
Foolhardy.
really crisp.
Wait, does
breeze in
Zardy
that
actually
game.
have any music?
No, because it's a horror game. I feel like unless it's suspenseful and like
Yeah.
drawn out, it actually if a game relies on sound, music is just gonna screw you up.
That's fair. I mean, and there have been horror games that have a good music, but I get what you mean. Like I just wanted to check. Please don't do that. Oh God, sorry, my cat's trying to turn off my computer.
That's a problem. Let's not.
Yeah.
We forgot Cuphead, which has a really
Yes.
good soundtrack.
Oh, Cuphead is a really good
Honestly,
soundtrack. Yeah.
we kind of forgot Friday Night Funkin' as well. Like,
Five Nights at
That's
Freddy.
true.
yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's has a
Fantastic soundtrack.
Five
Well, I
Nights
mean,
at
Five-
Funkin' Tale.
Five Nights at Freddy's
favorite.
does it even have music in the game? Because I don't think it does.
Not really.
It's just
no.
groaning.
But the fan
does.
music is incredible. I
Yeah.
do
Fan
know
music,
that.
yeah.
Verse entered.
Baldi's
That's-
Basics?
I think it's Baldi's Basics.
Baldy,
Wow.
da, da, da. I actually forget
It has like
that
that
song.
little intro. It has like that beginning intro. It's like 15 seconds long.
Yeah. Always makes me really uncomfortable.
I've tried to like make a collage of what we've mentioned, sort of. So that covers just a small portion, and we talked about more. And I think even then we probably missed out on a ton that the comic
Oh
book
yeah,
missing on.
100%.
So like, hey guys, I was okay. If you have a song or a soundtrack or a series that you think is just banging or really cool or underappreciated, or even you just want to dogpile on how cool it is, let us know.
Yeah.
In the
Yes.
comments down below.
Oh, dude,
Do it.
Write it
Time.
down.
How do we forget that?
Oh,
Write it.
That's a sin.
Use this.
it's
Write
so
it
good.
down.
Especially the cat DLC. That
Yeah, Yakuza Metro.
so good.
Oh
It's really
yeah.
good.
Oh, Superman 64.
Oh shoot.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
song.
absolutely.
No.
Okay, now I'm
I
gonna have
never
to
get
beat up
tired
that
of
one.
it.